Welcome, podcast listeners. This is episode number 40. That is over 40 hours of listening pleasure for you guys. It is the Fret Talk podcast. I am your host. It is Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. Or is it Budget Pedal Chap? I don't know. You are joined this week by two regular co-hosts. Number one, Mr. Matt Quine.
Good evening.
Guten Tag. Quite topical considering music messes this week as well. And Mr. Ayrton Tracy.
Hello there.
That was quite sultry, that was. Hi.
Hello there.
So, how are you guys?
Good. Tired. Really, really tired.
Same.
I stayed up till 3 a.m. on Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Tuesday this week.
What was that?
And I was up till like 6 a.m. on Sunday because there was lots of wrestling on.
Wrestling. Gotta love it. So what happened in the wrestling this week, Matt?
I mean, lots of wrestling happened, lots of absolute shenanigans. I had a viral tweet that's had over 50,000 views because a 10-year-old won a match, and I ranted that I was 26 and I've never achieved anything, and this 10-year-old is now one half of the world tag team champions, and it went viral.
Nice.
Yeah. So, lots of stupid things, and we also had something that we'll come on to in a bit, but there was live music performance at WrestleMania, including Nita Strauss,
Indeed.
who I'm really sad to say didn't show herself off in a good light.
So, Nita Strauss, she plays guitar for Alice Cooper, is it?
Alice Cooper.
Yeah, she took over from, is it Orianthi? She took over from her in 2014.
Okay, I didn't know that Orianthi did Alice Cooper stuff. I know she was. She was with the Michael Jackson tour just before he died, wasn't she? But
yeah, and she was, like I say, she was Alice Cooper's guitarist before Nita Strauss was. Alice
Cooper, you old dog, getting these young ladies in. Yeah, well, that's it. I don't know. Obviously, they're being employed for their abilities as well as their look, because those girls could whoop my ass around the guitar ring.
Well, based on WrestleMania, probably not.
To be fair, she did bits of it good. She just decided to palm mute when she was trying to pinch harmonic, and it just really kind of killed it. Instead of having these really squealy notes, we had and
so it was the pressure of the show getting to her, wasn't it? I mean, we've all had that.
There was 77,000 people there, all looking at her. So it is quite a lot of pressure. I know she's probably played in front of more than that, but that's as part of a backing band for the people.
Oh yeah.
I doubt any of her solo shows she's going to be the main person. And she was out there. I know there were people playing violins behind her, and a wrestler came out halfway through her playing, but she was on her own under a spotlight for a minute or so.
Yeah.
And I think the pressure just got to her, and then she had to walk from the top of the ramp, start walking down the ramp whilst playing, and it just kind of, she botched it a little bit. She was trying to show off and kind of ended up not showing off.
Yeah, that does suck for her. But I am told that she's a pretty good guitarist.
She is. I've seen other stuff. I mean, I've seen some of her live with Alice Cooper a couple of times.
Yeah,
and she's got her own solo stuff that pops up on the internet now and again, and she can really play. So
she can.
I was a bit disappointed, but at the same time, I guess one bad performance isn't going to kill your career. I'm sure she'll get back on her feet and she'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure Alice is still going to keep her on board, and yeah.
Yeah.
She's there's a little bit of news about her this week as well, but I think we'll save that for a little later. What else have you been up to this week, Matt?
Well, as I said, I lost the. I don't know. No, that was before the cast. So I lost the WrestleMania predictions for my other podcast.
Yeah.
So I now have to learn the Nita Strauss parts from WrestleMania, try and play it in my own style, because there's no way I can play some of the fast licks that she did manage to pull off.
Yeah.
But so I've got to learn that, find some clothes for a fat man that looks similar to what she was wearing. And yeah, I have to do a YouTube video where I play her.
No.
So I've been.
Excuse me.
As in, I am going to act as she acted for the thing, so I have to walk towards the camera. I don't know why I agreed to it, but
hey,
when you lose a forfeit, you have to do something that's really embarrassing. So this is what I've got to do.
Yeah, well, maybe. I mean, that tweet saying you've not amounted to anything. Maybe this is your shining moment, Matt. Who knows?
I go video viral from there.
Well, that's it. Like, your 15 minutes of fame is you dressing in like some kind of crop top and
wet look leather trousers.
That's it, yeah.
So yeah, I've been learning that. I've been playing quite a lot of blues around the house as well again, just because I've fallen back in love with blues.
Indeed.
So the SG has stayed in E flat, and I've just been playing along to Hendrix and Backdoor Slam and some Clapton stuff and just all sorts.
Speaking of Backdoor Slam, you shared a link last week, didn't you? To kind of kick me up the arse and say, actually listen to this guy.
I did. So I shared the link for 3 songs off the first album, which were It'll All Come Around, Come Home, and Outside Woman Blues. And then you kind of fell down a rabbit hole, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Outside Woman Blues, I know from Cream's version of it, but it weren't the original, was it?
No, I can't remember who the original is.
Neither can I. But it was quite reminiscent of Cream's version, but with a bit of Rory sticking in there as well somewhere. And yeah, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And there was another cover as well, weren't there?
Almost Cut My Hair.
Yeah, Almost Cut My Hair, yeah.
It was Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young one, isn't it?
Yeah, and I thought that was an amazing song. I hadn't heard the original either. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you are at a loose end listeners, go check out Mr. Davey Knowles and Backdoor Slam, because I've been impressed from what I've heard. And I think we're going to be mentioning him a little bit later on as well in there.
Yeah, we will do.
But yeah, blues is fantastic. Kind of,
it's awesome.
Segues a little bit onto what I was doing earlier on today, actually. Through some, there's no way of telling this without kind of going all the way back through it. So I've put up some a set of Strat pickups online for sale, and a guy messaged me and said, "Oh yeah, I want to buy these Strat pickups. They're a Damasio noise cancelling set. They used to be an Ingve signature set, I believe, which I bought them thinking, yeah, they're going to be like fire breathing, like hellish set of single cores. Turns out, no, they're really, really low output. So they're like really sweet and classic sounding, like single cores. So I ended up taking them out of my Ibanez Roadstar, and put them up for sale. This guy then messaged me saying, "Yeah, like I'm interested in buying them," And then I heard nothing from him. Then a week later, he says, "Oh no, actually, I really want a set of Damasio injectors." And I happen to own an Ibanez Fireman, which has a set of Damasio injectors. So I said, "Yeah, I might sell you those. I'll quote you a price for it, and obviously you've got to give me time to get them out of the guitar." So I then started talking to my man Fletch about like some potential pickups to go in it, and then this guy just disappeared off the face of the earth. Can't get in contact with him and whatnot. But because of that, I pulled out my Ibanez Fireman and started playing it this morning. And the guitar's wicked. I absolutely love it. And I practiced today. But I ended up playing along to some Gary Moore stuff. Because these Damasio injector pickups, although they are single coils, they're really quite warm and fat sounding. So I was getting some really Gary Moore tones. I was playing Parisian Walkways today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love that song.
It is a wicked song, and because the Fireman's got a really fat neck as well, it gives you that almost Les Pauly feel. So I was in happy territory today. I was getting some Gary Moore tones.
Sounds like my kind of Stratocaster, big fat neck and some warm pickups.
Yeah, well, it looks nothing like a Stratocaster, which is...
Well, it's 3 single coils, isn't it?
Yeah, no. They're really close together, which is why I think it doesn't sound quite as stratty as regular Strats. And they're all slightly angled as well. So, yeah. It's a nice guitar. The injectors are pretty cool. But like I say, I was willing to let go of the injector set for a bit of spare cash that I could throw at Fletch and say, "Make me something crazy." But that's all fallen through now, and I'm not too fussed because the injectors are cool. So yeah, I did that this week, but mainly what I've been up to this week, and it's a shame that Moog's not on again. Because he absolutely loves it when I mention electronics, doesn't he?
He does. It's his favourite thing in the world.
He is. Yeah. I mean, after the call last week, he was just like, "Oh, thank you for letting me come on this podcast. I've got that weekly fix of electronics, like up close and personal." Yeah, just disclaimer that did not happen. Me. Not as enthusiastic about electronics as I am making out. Anyway, so yeah, I built a couple of pedals, but my good friend Adam Yeomans has been spurring me on to build pedals, because I mentioned last week he built his own, like his first guitar pedal. Then within the next like 3 days or something, he was on to building his second one. And because of that, I've retaliated, and we've started the Great British Build Off. I'm hoping Channel 4's lawyers aren't listening in on this, or the reminiscence of the BBC's lawyers as well, because it's flying a little close to the sun with that name, isn't it? But yeah, we kind of cascading into each other. Like our enthusiasm for like building the pedals is cascading into each other, and I'm buying guitar bits. I'm like texting him and saying, "Oh, I'm buying some bits. What do you want?" And then he'll do that the next day, and then we just end up with like a bag of like resistors and capacitors and all these bits, and enough to build like an army of pedals. And there's a little bit that made Matt a little bit disappointed today, because I'm saying how I'm actually getting better at the pedal building now.
Yeah, what's that all about?
Yeah, I'm not having to swear as much. There's very little danger. I mean, apart from almost burning my fingers because I'm trying to hold it like a pencil, and it's still hot. It is a hot iron. But hey,
Who'd have thought it? You need heat to melt solder.
yeah. Not just steely gazes. No, you need temperatures of I think 320 degrees. I think I've got mine set at. So yeah, I'm getting
Fairly hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's somewhat, yeah. So yeah, I'm getting better at pedal building, and they are starting to work first time, which is absolutely brilliant. Starting to feel like a proper pedal builder now. It's great. Yeah, I was having a chat with a certain gentleman yesterday, and telling him how I felt like an electronics god. This is something that I'm going to leave there because I can't tell you any more information about that. However, the Fret Talk interview podcasts, which have kind of supplemented the standard podcast, there's going to be another one of them coming soon. So watch out for that. Definitely watch out for that.
I'll be waited with bated breath.
I know. Yeah, a couple of you guys already know exactly who that guest is, and it's very exciting, isn't it? Very exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I was like a little schoolboy when doing it. Like, so just excited.
I know he's won like loads of gold medals at Olympics and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's Mo Farah. I just talked electronics to him. He didn't.
I thought you said Joe Farah. I know Joe Farah. He works in my local chippy. So you didn't interview him?
The lesser known cousin of Mo. He's not quite as fast, but he batters a mean cod. So yeah, I think that's pretty much my week. I don't think I've done much else. Apart from play that PV Classic 30 again. Oh my god, it's good. Anyway, we're going to kind of crack on with some stuff. So, as I mentioned, Music Mesa is this week, and the kind of Goliath that is Line 6 have brought out a little game changer, haven't they?
They have.
Oh yeah.
So they've brought out something called the Power Cab, which is, I mean, it's been like in the press release for it. It's paired up with a Kemper. It's not paired up with a Kemper at all. It's paired up with a Helix.
Pretty sure it would work with a Kemper.
It would. Yeah. So it basically what it is, it's a 1x12 cab, but it's a powered cab. So it can power a modelling unit and work.
Like say a Helix.
Yeah. So for this example, we're going to use a Helix. So it could power a Helix, but it's got a versatility as well because it can be set to modes. So it's got selectable cab voices. So it's got the kind of inbuilt IRs for certain cabs, but it's also got, if you want to use the cab sims built in with your, say, Helix, it's got FR speaker response as well. So flat. So it doesn't colour the sound as much. Which, if that was where the product ended, brilliant. It seems like a solution that a lot of like modelling users, so Kemper users, Helix users, have been struggling to find a unified solution for. And being a 112 as well, it's not ridiculously cumbersome. However, they've brought out the Power Cab Plus as well. So the Power Cab Plus is all of that with the Power Cab. So still 250 watts, 112. It's got an LCD screen which allows 128 user presets. It allows MIDI in and out. So it's all kinds of magic switching, voodoo switchery. and this is where the Helix actually comes in. So it's got the Line 6 L6 link. So that allows basically contact with any Line 6 product. So you've got the Variax. It's got the L6 link on it as well. I think certain pods have got that. And then obviously the Helix. It's got a secondary input as well, for, I assume, for other instruments. And it works as a USB audio interface as well. So what are we thinking about this, guys?
I mean, that sounds like it's the ideal thing to have if you have a Helix or what's that, the other one, the Head Rush.
Yeah, so you
got something like that.
Yeah, you got the Head Rush. You've got the Helix, the Kemper. The Kemper do like a powered version as well, but
but you can have unpowered, can't you?
Yeah.
And if you've got something like that and you want something that's more than just an FR speaker to make the noise, then this seems like your ideal thing. It's much more than just an FR, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's got the selectable cab voices as well. So, I mean, say for example, you were someone who loved the Greenback speaker, you could load their version of the Greenback speaker into it, and then you would basically be with something that something that you love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with the so I mean, I don't know all of the specs of it, but from the sounds of it, the Power Cab Plus with the Helix will allow you to switch the impulse responses based on what amp you are modelling. So you'd be getting the ideal speakers for the ideal amps. So your AC30s would be getting the blues or the greenbacks with it, whereas if you were going into something more metal orientated, you get your V30s. Or so it sounds like a solution, like I say, a universal solution to a problem that I'm hearing a lot of modelling unit users have been complaining about for a long time,
including myself.
Do you use modelling effects then, Ayrton?
I do. A Boss GT 100.
And so I'm assuming something like this would be ideal for that, going straight into that, and then because
big time.
Does the GT 100 do amp sims on it?
Yeah, it does everything: cabs, mics, amps, pedals, you name it, it can do it. So I'm majority of the time running Mesa Boogies through it.
Yeah. I suppose that's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying an actual Mesa.
Oh, damn right, damn right.
But yeah, I mean, the option then would be, I mean, you could turn off the cab sims and the mic sims on the Boss unit and use the Line 6 ones, which are I assume they are higher fidelity, being like newer technology, and potentially get yourself like a gigging 112 there.
Definitely.
I know we've got our good friend Ollie Miles of Ollie Miles Music. Check him out now. And he was talking about needing a powered unit for his Kemper. And he was a couple of months ago. In fact, I think it was less than a month ago. He was talking about switching over to a valve amp. I think he was talking about one of the Victory valve amps, the Richie Kotzen one, because that's what he leans towards on his Kemper. but it kind of cuts out any of the hassle of having to drag around the Kemper and then the powered unit and then and all of this faff. Whereas one of these power cabs might be that solution. So
yeah, it's not a bad show.
Indeed. So we've got a little bit more from the Mesa this week. We did mention Nita Strauss a little bit earlier.
We did.
So Matt, what's been going on in the world of Nita Strauss recently?
So it was announced at NAMM, I think, or it might have been teased at NAMM and announced more recently. I'm not quite sure, but she's getting her own Ibanez model.
Ooh.
And I think she's going to be the first female to get an Ibanez model, if I'm not mistaken. I can't find any other women with a signature model from Ibanez.
It's very difficult because I mean, in the 80s, there were a lot of suspect-looking blokes, and there were a lot of lip gloss and eyeshadow from there. I mean,
yeah,
it is difficult. I know it was Jennifer Batten. She weren't Ibanez, was she?
I don't think so.
In which case, then first female in Ibanez. Yeah, let's run with it.
Yeah, let's go with that anyway. But yeah, so I think she's been with Ibanez for a while, but they've finally given her a.
They've given in.
Yes.
Oh, go on.
In fact, yes. So she's been an endorsee since 2008.
Yeah.
So it's taken her quite a long time, but obviously, they've got around to it. She's now got something that she wants. So they've called it the Ibanez JIVA, it's basically just an F series.
Yeah.
With a mahogany body and a quilted maple top on it.
Okay. I know the S series was mahogany anyway, weren't it?
Yeah, but this has got like a quilted maple top just to give it that extra kind of, the really posh looking finish.
Yeah.
And then it's finished in what they're calling Deep Space Blonde, which is a black to blonde burst. So it's
that
black
sounds like
around the outside.
It sounds like a terrible Star Trek copy. It
does.
Deep Space Blonde.
But,
sounds like a porn title. That.
Deep Space Blonde gets nailed.
Oh dear! I've lowered the tone. Sorry.
You have. I actually quite like the finish. It's a very white blonde in the centre.
Yeah.
And it fades through like the greys all the way out to the black around the edge. And I think it's quite a nice finish. I'm not normally a quilted maple person.
I thought you were going to say I'm not normally a blonde guy. I'll admit I haven't seen the guitar, and I'm only literally taking the piss out of the name of the finish. I imagine being Ibanez, it's gonna be relatively tasteful.
It's sexy, to put it that way.
Yeah,
it is. It's a really nice guitar finish. So let's move away from the finish because you're going to start making sexist jokes again. So it's got an Edge 02 trem system.
Yeah.
We've got her own custom pickups from what I can see. She's got her own signature DiMarzios.
Oh,
it's not got Ibanez pickups, which is an extra plus.
Yeah, I mean, with any Ibanez guitar, if it's got Ibanez pickups, you rip those things straight out.
Yeah, and it's a HSH, and the only one that seems to have its own name is a DiMarzio True Velvet single coil in the middle. The rest of them just seem to be DiMarzio Nita Strausses.
Yeah, the True Velvet is an existing stock Ibanez pickup.
Right, okay.
So I take DiMarzio pickup. Yeah.
Yes. So it looks like the humbuckers are her own signature ones, and then she's put that in between them.
Yeah.
5-way selector switch, tone and air volume, and like I say, it looks like quite a nice guitar.
Yeah, so
retailing at $2,000, which is on the higher side for an Ibanez.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I assume these are prestige or premium quality.
Yeah, they will be. They'll be top. Probably, I'm guessing it's probably one of the most expensive they do.
Yes, yeah. I mean, excluding the special anniversary like Satch models or the gems or
No,
I'm sure
Paul Stanley's.
I'm sure the Paul Stanley was quite a pricey one. The Ibanez Fireman was ridiculously priced when it first came out, but then they made an Indonesian kind of production model, which is the one I've got. I've not got the ridiculously. I think it was something like $7,000 for the original Run Fireman. Yeah, I don't have one of those. I don't have a $7,000 guitar.
That's just to pay for Paul Gilbert's hearing.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. So, what are we thinking on this signature? So,
I think it looks great. It's not aimed at me. I'm not somebody who plays flat radius, Floyd Rose style trem systems. Yeah. I'm not a shredder, so I don't really need those functions. What I need is a telly with a couple of.
That's not like a telly. A Les Paul. Yeah, with looks like a telly.
Yeah, as we covered last week, but it's not aimed at me. It's not going to be a blues machine, is it? It's going to be a shred machine, which Ibanez, I think, are probably one of the better companies at making that style of guitar.
Yeah, I think even their shred machines do have versatility to them. Where there are some that are just it's there's one way that it goes, isn't there?
Yeah,
I think.
And I mean, they're passive pickups, so unless they're wound as hot as a super distortion or something, they'll probably roll back with the volume and do a bit of blues, but that's not what they're designed for.
Yeah, I think if it's the true Velvet, if I remember rightly, because I used to be quite a DiMarzio pickup nerd back in my day. I believe it's a relatively modest true single coil. It's not a stacked one. So if the humbuckers are kind of being paired up with that, they're going to be something in the kind of 8 to 10k range. I would expect, just because if it's any kind of hotter than that, it's going to overpower the single coil and make it useless. So
fair enough.
I mean that
for $2,000, I hope that she comes with it for a day.
No, we had to, didn't we? So
I mean, there's not one of us that's saying no, but that's not the point.
I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and put my opinions down on this one. As a guitar, I think it is largely safe, uninspiring. It might be a nice finish. It doesn't deviate very much from the Ibanez kind of stock S series. However, I think in terms of its importance as an instrument, like you say, first Ibanez, or at least kind of one of the first Ibanez female.
I should have read the first line of this article, because the first line of this article is Nita Strauss, first female Ibanez signature artist.
Well, there you go. Yes.
So we guessed about it for 10 minutes, and then I read the article that I was reading.
If this podcast is about anything, it is definitely speculation, even on facts that we have managed to confirm. So yeah, Nita Strauss, first female Ibanez endorsee. I think that's an important step. I think the fact that it's not being kind of dumbed down or kind of marketed towards women, but has that inclusivity of being
a female signature artist.
Yeah, because I mean that's it. Almost kind of. I don't know if I'm being too sensitive about the St. Vincent, but the fact that they market it that it's designed by women for women, and it almost seems like they're pushing it too much.
Yeah, it really irritates me. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great that women are playing guitar now, and it's great that we don't have those horrible adverts that we used to have, which was just women in bikinis sat next to a Squire Strat to try and sell them. It's great that stuff is going by the wayside, but don't keep shoving down, oh, this is a guitar, it's designed by women, it fits around their boobs. It's just...
Yeah.
So does a Telecaster.
But that was...
So does a Telecaster.
I mean, we do take the piss, but that was actually one of the things that was said, weren't it? That It
was said regularly. And
yeah.
It was in some of their adverts, it was said on other podcasts, and I'm sorry, but I know plenty of girls that play guitar that can play a Stratocaster or a Telecaster or an SG or a Les Paul or whatever you want.
I mean, like if you look at like we say, Nita, who's playing pretty much a stock S series. Gretchen Menn, who plays a Les Paul, I believe, or she at least used to when she was doing the female Led Zeppelin. I can't remember what they're called. It was a female Led Zeppelin tribute. So she was playing like a full fat Les Paul. You've got women like Jennifer Batten, who was playing guitars in the 80s, which were never designed, and this was back when guitars were being advertised like cars and booze, where it was scantily clad women on everything to try and sell them. So yeah, I think the fact that it's Nita Strauss's signature, but they're not kind of pushing the this is for women kind of agenda overtly. Yeah. It's just she's a guitar player. She's kind of earned her stripes. Here's her signature.
Yeah, I think it's great.
In terms of it as an instrument, yes, Matt, you were kind of bang on. It's not aimed at me. I don't think it's too exciting because it doesn't deviate too much from the specs of the S series. But in terms of like companies doing it well, doing that female signature thing well, I'm handing it to Ibanez. I'm giving them the round of applause for that one. So, yeah, I think we're happy with that. Nita, keep doing what you're doing. Right, we've got some questions kind of for this week. These are left over from last week because our internet connection let us down last week, unfortunately. So we're never too proud to recycle. So favourite on-screen instrument, guys? What are we saying? Instrument that's been in movies, TV, maybe even books. I don't know. Go for it.
For me, it's probably Scott Pilgrim versus the World and the Rickenbacker 4003 bass.
Oh, yes. That's not a guitar.
Well, I know it's not, but you said instrument. You said on-screen instrument.
Yeah, I mean, hidden parentheses that it's a guitar because no one cares about basses.
Bass guitar. I know nobody cares about basses, but how sexy is a 4003?
No, I've got to admit, a Rickenbacker bass gives me wood.
Everything about a 4003, especially in black, is just amazing.
And this week's Fret Talk drinking game is when Matt mentions the number 4003, take a shot.
But I suppose if you're going to make me pick a guitar,
yeah, go for it.
I would probably go Spinal Tap. And
you bastard! You
bastard!
It's possibly the greatest piece of guitar anything ever. Just the way that they're actually nerdy about the 59 Les Paul.
Yeah, and the sustain. Can you hear it? Yeah. No, but you would if it were plugged in. It's a fantastic film, and the fact that you've managed to kind of weasel in the fact your favourite instrument is a 59 Les Paul.
Yeah.
Go on, Ayrton. Do you have a favourite on-screen instrument?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Gibson SG from the School of Rock.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'd forgotten about that.
Or the Flying V that Zach plays.
The kind of off-white Flying V.
Both of them are just so sexy. It's just
They are. I'm gonna go kind of Spinal Tap again with the Mr. Horsepower Music Man.
Oh, that's just idiot.
It is
Just idiot.
It is, but it's like equal parts hideous and hilarious all in one. It is kind of
I get you.
It's the embodiment of Spinal Tap in a guitar because it's got the octo coil, so it's basically 4 humbuckers kind of wedged together, and I don't even know the switching system because it's mental. It's got
It doesn't have one, does it? It's just wired to the output jack, like I like.
just one 8 coil pickup. I don't think anyone would be too stupid to do that. But it's got a revometer on it as well, and it does have a pickup selector because it's got a gear change on the.
Oh yes, selector. It does. Hasn't it got like 7 modes or 8 modes or something? I think I've seen
something like that.
Yeah, it's. I'll give you that. It's just a cool piece of weird awesomeness crossed with despicableness.
Yeah, I've also got my second one, which you're gonna kick yourself for not choosing. Back to the Future.
I think I know what you. Yeah.
The time traveling a Gibson 345. Yeah. So it's a Gibson 345 which wouldn't have existed in the time where he was playing it. But the film is about time travel anyway, so anything's possible. It's just. I mean, it's like if you think.
Does that include playing it in the wrong key as well?
Does he play?
Is that what time travel does? Yeah, plays it in the wrong key.
Does he?
Yeah, I think doesn't he play it in A instead of B flat?
But he says in the thingy B flat and watch me for the changes.
I can't remember, but
yeah,
and the fact that he does the Eddie Van Halen-esque solos at the end of it, on the 345.
I mean, through like a little, it looks like a little champ or something as well, doesn't it? There's no way you'd be getting that like 80s distorted tone through for a Gibson through a champ. Yeah. However, in terms of like cool instruments, it's got the binding, it's got the vibrato system on it. It's got the Veritone weird selector thing with the like capacitors on it.
And the dual output thingy, Bobby.
Yeah, the stereo. Yeah. So I mean, in terms of like just cool guitars, I would have that one in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right. This is where we get to inflict some of our obscure musical choices on the listeners now. So, favorite bands that you think no one will have heard of. So Matt, you're gonna give us some more talk about Backdoor Slam, because
I will quite happily talk some more about Backdoor Slam. So rather than saying just Backdoor Slam, I'll just say Davy Knowles in general, because I think Backdoor Slam was the original band that did the first album, and then he dropped them and brought on some session musicians for the second album because he was living in the States by that point, and then dropped the name Backdoor Slam completely, and he now just tours as Davy Knowles. But if any of his albums, there's one called Coming Up for Air, there's one, I can't remember what the most recent one was, but I think he might have 5 albums if you count the Backdoor Slam ones. And just seriously, if you want to hear blues done the right way, pick up something like that. There's some Celtic elements from the first one, there's really bluesy resonator songs, there's some proper blues rock, you name it. If you like the blues, or if you want to hear really good guitar playing thrown in with a really gravelly, I really like his voice as well. Just Davey Knowles and
I'm finding it very difficult to pinpoint which one I prefer, like his voice or his guitar playing, because like even like back in the day when he was young, because he's a bit older than me, I think, so I can say that. Like even when he was young, he still had this kind of raspy quality to his voice, and he sounded like he was a much older, much more lived in voice than he was. So
I mean, I don't know whether you noticed. He did a rig rundown for the. He's touring as Rory Gallagher with Rory Gallagher's drummer and.
I saw that.
Yeah, so he's touring with Rory Gallagher's drummer and bassist at the moment, doing a Rory Gallagher tribute thing. Yeah. And he did a rig rundown, and he's literally using 3 or 4 pedals plus a tuner and a 112 amp with a 212 cab plugged in as well, but like side by side. And
it sounds amazing.
It just sounds gorgeous. It's just the tones he's managed to get out of it, and then he's obviously got his 60-something telly. I can't remember what year his telly is. And then he's got a
62.
Might be 62, and then he's got a 64 Gibson Melody Maker as well, and just the equipment he uses, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah. So yeah, it sounds epic, and I haven't quite got that rig rundown, but I'm gonna be looking for that after this show.
Yeah, just check through my personal Facebook feed. In fact, I might try and share it in the group. But I certainly, he was doing it live. It was literally like a 5-minute, well, basically 2 minutes of running through the instruments, and then he played it for a few minutes because he obviously really enjoys playing it. You can just see the grin on his face when he's playing. He just loves music, and like I say, I first saw him play, he would have been probably 17. Maybe even a bit younger than that. This is going back to like 2005-ish. Yeah. And he just won his school's Battle of the Band and then started touring the island. And yeah, I've been listening to him for that long. And he was with PRS for a while, and now he's just playing vintage instruments. And yeah, he's just brilliant.
Good man. Was there anyone else that you wanted to mention, Matt?
The other thing I would mention, and again, it's kids playing blues, and it's a bunch of Irish kids called the Stripes. And I'm not sure. I was going to say Westlife then. No. Just playing the blues, I said.
Just some Irish kids playing the blues. Westlife.
Yeah.
You're flying without wings.
You're going to keep on about this, are you?
Yeah, I want to flog that dead horse.
So yeah, the band is called the Stripes, and they've got a couple of albums now. They were 17 again when they released the first one, which is probably about 4 or 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
They do. I can't even remember. I think the first one was more covers than their own stuff, and then they kind of moved away from it. I'm just trying to see if I can remember the names of their. I think the first one might have even just been called the Stripes, but they're just kids who really into blues again. There's a lot of harmonica on their first album.
Yeah,
and it's just kids playing proper music, which always intrigues me because you don't get much of it these days.
Yeah, it's a rare. I mean, it's probably not as rare as you think, but it's something you've seen in local scenes and not anywhere else, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they do some covers. I mean, they do. Have you heard of "Hog for You, Baby"? Is it Dr. Feelgood?
Oh, I do not know.
It's just quite a fun song, and they do a cover of that. And they've got their own. I think the single from that album was called "Blue Collar Jane." My band played it for a while because we all loved it. It just doesn't fit in with indie because it's not an indie song at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cracking kids playing blues, just raw. I'm pretty sure most of it's recorded instrument straight into amp, maybe 1 or 2 effects pedals, but there's no messing around with hundreds of modulations and delays and reverbs and any of that guff. It's just raw blues music, and they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They've got a couple of albums out, and I urge anybody to check them out as well.
I'm gonna have a word with these guys and see if they're in need of any crudely painted fuzz pedals. See what's what. Ayrton, any hidden gems you wanna unearth for us?
I guess there's two. I mean, some people might know them, some people might not. One's called Kiss of the Gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be kind of like a hard rock band in the 80s that were British. They were signed, released, I think, 2 or 3 albums, and broke up. But lead guitarist is the guy that I go to buy my guitars and shit. It's his band.
Nice.
So I've got his cab, and it was pretty good in that. And his second one is I think they're Swedish, and they're called Santa Cruz. They're kind of bringing, they were kind of bringing like hair metal back, but in a modern way.
Yeah.
And they were just insane. They are literally just insane. Les Pauls, Bogners, just smashing it out. I think everyone should go listen to them. And the licks and the riffs are tasty as fuck.
Yeah, so it's going to be a case where we're going to have to flood the podcast group with some of these suggestions. Well, I've got a couple myself, actually. So there's this little known chap from America. He's been going a long time. He's called Joe Bonamassa, I think his name is.
Oh, really?
Who?
I am clearly...
Never heard of her.
Clearly kidding with you. Right, I mentioned Chicken Shack a couple of weeks ago. So Stan Webb's Chicken Shack. And like I say, the album I have checked since is called Imagination Lady, which is an absolutely fantastic album. They were like around in the 70s of some sort, I think, kind of mid 70s. Check those guys out. That album's pretty good. There's a band who I saw supporting The Darkness. I know you've probably heard of The Darkness, but I was watching this band, and when they were on, I didn't know whether to boo, shout abuse, or like cheer or be in awe of it. I literally stood there for the 40-50 minutes they were supporting. Just, I didn't know what to do. And that just, like, sheer dumbfoundedness just switched me onto them. They are called Foxy Shazam.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to describe them is kind of like a bit like The Darkness, a bit like Queen, just like flamboyant and eccentric. And they've done a couple of cool albums, I think. The Foxy Shazam album is a good one, and more recently they've done one called The Church of Rock and Roll, which I think is an absolutely banging album. So check those guys out. The third mention is it was a band in the 90s, like individual units of these bands you will have heard of. The guitarist in the band, or like guitarist and kind of joint singer, Gary Moore. You've heard of that guy. You had Jack Bruce of Cream and Ginger Baker as well of Cream, and they did like a power trio called BBM, Baker, Bruce and Moore, and it's basically it's like a hidden Cream record. So it's like Cream but with Gary Moore doing the guitar.
I mean, that sounds like that's going to be amazing. Why have I never heard of this before?
Yeah, I mean, I had never heard of it, and a friend of mine just says, "Oh yeah, you've never heard of Baker Bruce and Moore?" Like, no. It just enlightened me, and they did one album, and there's footage of them online doing Cream covers as well. So you basically get to see Gary Moore's impression of Clapton, which is like fucking amazing because Gary Moore rips. So yeah, check out the Baker Bruce and Moore album. I don't know what the album is called, but there's only one. So as far as I'm aware, anyway. If there's more, let me know because I need to buy them. And I'm gonna finally wrap it up with a band called The Answer, who kind of had a little bit of success in the kind of mid 2000s, doing a kind of classic rock kind of thing. They did get a bit of success. They played Download a couple of times, but kind of dropped off the radar. I only ever got their first album, and it was pretty good. However, the guitarist's vibrato annoyed the ever-living piss out of me, so I stopped kind of paying attention to them.
How can vibrato annoy the piss out of you? What did he do?
Oh, just listen to it. If if it doesn't bother you, just enjoy their albums. But this I'm a very picky man, and this vibrato offended me. So yeah, get some use out of The Answers. The Answer. The guy's voice was brilliant.
Are they related to The Calling by any chance? Are they the guys that answer?
Oh, dad jokes. Yeah. And I think on that bombshell of a joke, that is where we're gonna wrap it up for the week.
Just before we do, because I don't want to end on a terrible, terrible joke.
Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to a band called Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Oh yes, they're brilliant. Yeah, I remember.
It's Chris Shiflett from the Foo Fighters, and there's a couple of guys from like NoFX.
Yeah, it's like a punk supergroup, isn't it? Where they just they'd only do it in the studios, and they'd do covers of like old movie themes and stuff.
They do everything. There's covers of like the Titanic theme. There's covers of there's all sorts. I've got like 4 or 5 albums of theirs. Yeah, it's just absolutely grateful. They do things like Country Road, Take Me Home, but in a pop punk style.
Yeah, pop punk. Yeah,
and it's just they are an absolutely fun band. And I'd never heard of them. And the other guitarist in my band a couple of years ago said, "No, seriously, go and check them out." And they're just absolutely amazing. They just do all sorts of. All of them are covers. And they even things like "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," done in a pop punk style, is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow, that you've got like Sloop John B. You know what are they called? The guy with Parkinson's disease plays the keyboard.
Nope.
It does the lot with all the massive harmonies from like the 60s. I can't.
Beach Boys.
Beach Boys, that's it. Yeah, they do all sorts of stuff, and it's just amazing. And yeah, you should.
Can't believe your frame of reference for the Beach Boys was the one with Parkinson's. Harmonies. Just like surf.
My apology.
Surf rock American legends.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You have reminded me, actually, there's something I wanted to wrap up with, which was a little heartwarming tale. So about 2 weeks ago, there was a post up on a couple of the guitar forums of a very specific SG. I think it was an SG 70s tribute that had been stolen. It was so distinct because it had an Evertune bridge installed. Bridge. Yeah, just kind of rammed onto the back row. It didn't look like the tidiest job, shall we say? But it was an SG that was just like completely full of character, and it was obviously loved by the chap. It was a band called Captain Sensible. So this guy like posted up on all of the guitar sale sites, like absolutely distraught. Someone had stolen his pride and joy. And loads of people shared it, and loads of people made it so that this SG could not be sold. And last week, the guy from Captain Sensible, I unfortunately don't know his name.
I can't remember.
Yeah, the guy, he'd posted up saying that the guitar had been found. Basically, the people who'd stolen it realised that it was such hot property because of the social media uproar against this scumbag, that it weren't worth anything to sell. So they basically dumped it in a park or something. But it got back to the guy, so his guitar got returned, which was absolutely awesome. And I just wanted to kind of share that and kind of like let you guys know how kind of proud I was of our guitar community for making it so that like guitar thefts, which seem to be on the rise. We seem to be seeing more and more of it recently, but it's making it so that there's no profit in it for the thieves, and if there's no profit in it, then it's not going to keep happening. Hopefully, the people who got these couple of saxophones from Andertons and the 11 grand PRS from Peach, hopefully the social media presence will catch up on them as well. And they will be brought to justice. But we can only keep making it aware. But I thought that was a really heartwarming story, and I thought it would be a great thing to mention on our podcast, and just let you guys know, if you shared it and if you were part of that uproar, just how proud we are of you guys. So thanks for helping this guy out get his crazy bust ass SG back. Because I mean, if anyone stole my bust ass SG, my metaphorical, because I don't actually have a bust ass SG, I would be heartbroken. But that's what we were going to end it for this week. If you want to catch us on the internet, you go into the Facebook groups and you look up Fret Talk Podcast. You can get your say on this podcast, make your voice heard, as the social media people say. You can get your questions read out on the show. You can get your topics brought up. You can just generally have a chat with us. Most of us are really nice. Mick swears a lot, but he's a lovely chap.
Just a tad.
Yeah,
just a tad.
He makes sailors blush.
Not in an offensive way, just in a punctuative way.
Yeah. If you want to find me online, you go facebook.com/budgetpedalchap, instagram.com/budgetpedalchap, YouTube, type in Budget Pedal Chap. I am releasing videos every week. There's a lot of kind of guitar playing stuff, kind of little licks and little tricks coming up recently. So if you want to get better at guitar, or just want to kind of show me up by playing the licks that I think are hard, just behind your head or something, share that. If you want to find Matt online, you go, you find his band at facebook.com/switchiom. You can find him on Twitter as Manxchels.
Yeah.
Manxchels. Manxchels, yeah, Manxchels.
No.
And you can find him on the Mother Bookers podcast. No, the Bad Bookers podcast. Doing
Bad Bookers.
Yeah, Bad Bookers. You bad Bookers.
And
You.
if you want to see me dressed in drag playing the guitar,
I don't think anyone wants to see that, Matt. But yep, carry on.
Next week, if you want to laugh at that, then get yourself over to YouTube and search for the Bad Bookers Wrestling Podcast, because unfortunately, it's going up there.
I think we might have to share that in our group as well.
Yes.
I think that might have to happen. So,
I'm sure it will, unfortunately.
Yeah, indeed. From myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From our cross-dressing friend, Mr. Matt Quine. And from our good man, Ayrton. This will be a goodbye and good night from us. Adios, guys.
Adios.
Good night.
Tati, bye.
Guten Tag.
Guten bye. Because that's German.
Totally German.
Totally German. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still recording, so this is probably going to go on the end of the cast.
But it's better than what happened last week, isn't it?
Fucking hell.